This week was obviously E3. That just ended. As we mentioned before, go to our YouTube page, check out reactions from Microsoft. But for today, I thought what we'd talk about, we just have kind of a wrap-up conversation of the show because a lot happened. I mean, there were so many conferences.
Yeah.
And with them stretching it out, now it starts on Saturday and goes to Tuesday.
A lot of stuff, man.
It's so much. With EA starting Saturday and then Nintendo ending Tuesday, it's a lot. Now, I will say, I don't know if you agree with me or not, I really miss having it all in like one day. Because over the years, that Monday, that E3 Monday, I would always have a bunch of friends over, like, 12, 15 guys. We'd sit on the couch, order some pizzas, and from like 10 a.m. when Microsoft had their conference till Sony ended their conference at like midnight, we would literally just sit there, watch. We'd be, celebrating and freaking out and yelling at each other, and it was so exciting and awesome. And I feel like it's kind of lost some of that hype stretching out among so many days.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I used to take off that Monday.
Yeah, me too.
And it was fun. Even last year was okay because Bethesda just went Sunday night, so it was nice, kind of pull, just kind of, lounge on the couch, watched Bethesda, went to bed, took off, and then got up and just all day, just, we were writing, so it was just, news story after news story and writing and listening and watching, and it was a lot of fun, and then of course Nintendo would always go Tuesday and that would be fine, but yeah, I mean, I agree that I do miss the being able to kind of to take it almost like an event, like a one-day event, and so spreading it out is really hard, especially like I have kids, so setting aside 3 or 4 hours for like multiple days at a time is a little taxing, but
sure.
But yeah, so
because you can just lock them in a closet for one day, you'd be fine. Right?
Just put some water in there, some
put
Cheerios,
some crackers and some water.
Yeah. That's right.
Well, let's kick things off with the conferences themselves.
Okay.
What would you say was your favorite conference? Because, like I said, EA was Saturday and Bethesda was EA was Saturday.
Yeah, Bethesda was Sunday.
Bethesda was Sunday.
Ubi was Monday.
That's right, and Microsoft
was Sunday.
Microsoft was Sunday. That's right. Okay.
Ubi and Sony. Ubi and Sunday. Sony were on
Sunday.
We were on Monday. So to be honest, I don't think anybody necessarily had a bad conference.
Right.
I think EA is getting a lot of hate. I actually liked a lot of what EA did. EA has the problem that I like to call the douchebag problem. Which is they have
one way to put it.
Yeah, they just have horrible hosts, and they have they had that YouTube guy come up.
That was really awkward too.
Yeah, to do Need for Speed, and that was awful. But then they had and I was gonna remember her name, and I can't remember it. But they had the lead girl come out from Star Wars Battlefront 2, and she looked great. She had like this custom made dress with the little red from the Inferno, on the shoulder, and she was captivating, and she was great. But I thought EA did good. Bethesda I thought had the weakest showing.
Oh man, we're totally against each other on that one because I loved Bethesda. Bethesda Land was so good.
But I thought the presentation was good. I thought the actual content was really lacking.
Of Bethesda show, we got Wolfenstein, we got The Evil Within 2, we got now Skyrim. I'm not a huge fan of Skyrim. I'm a Fallout guy, right? There's always two people, Skyrim or Fallout, right?
Yeah.
I'm a Fallout guy. But they showed off Skyrim on the Switch, which I won't buy. But they're showing what putting Nintendo stuff in it and things like that. But I really enjoyed Bethesda. It was one of my probably in the top 2 conferences for me. Almost everything in there outside of the VR stuff, because I don't have VR, I loved.
Yeah. There was absolutely nothing they showed that I would play.
Sure.
There's not one single game.
That's because you're a lazy bum and you don't like fun games. So what can you do about that?
No, I just mean like there's absolutely nothing on there. There was nothing on their show that I thought was worth playing at all. But I will say that they had my favorite moment of E3 with that reel at the front with the kids talking about the parents that worked at Bethesda. I thought that was so good. Microsoft, which we have a whole podcast about Microsoft. Microsoft, I thought, did excellent. I have some concerns about Microsoft, but it wasn't about the actual the presentation. I thought that Phil was great. Just game, great games. You know, a lot of exclusivity. You know, some of it's not obviously, you know, console exclusive. We're getting a lot of launch stuff, but again, just a lot of good content. I will say, if I was, go ahead.
No, I was going to say of Microsoft, because the more I think about it and what each conference offered, what games they've offered, what I got to see at each show, minute for minute, I think, as of right now, because I'm kind of hopping around in my head every once in a while, I think Microsoft had my favorite conference. I mean, just for the fact that it was over 90 minutes, it was 42 games. Was it 46? I think it was 42. They had a lot of games. And, you know, and 22 were either exclusive or timed exclusive. Yeah. And almost everything they showed, I want to play. Outside of that Dwarves in Space game, don't care. But majority of what they showed, I was really, really excited for.
Yeah.
Like, they ended on Anthem. And going back and watching Anthem in 4K, that I'm like, oh, my gosh. Oh. And with Anthem, Digital Foundry went and, you know, analyzed the footage and all that, and they said this is running on, it's not on a PC, it is running on the Xbox One X.
Awesome. Because
of the way it was rendered, and then some of this checkered rendering, where like things are farther away to become like it's not as sharp, that kind of thing, to make it run smoother on the Xbox One X. But they said this is totally plausible that this is in fact running on the Xbox One X current hardware. And like what they showed with Assassin's Creed, like I loved Assassin's Creed, but I was a little iffy on it. But when I saw it on the E3 conference and how sharp it looked and how fun it looked, I'm like, oh, like everything they showed at Xbox, I was so hyped. Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I would easily argue that it was the best first party conference for sure. So moving on, then I would say that my favorite conference, I think, is Ubisoft. I thought Ubisoft was fantastic. I thought that they brought a very good selection, a wide variety of content. I thought that, you know, they showed a lot of passion. I love that they brought Miyamoto out. I thought, which is a great way to kind of start that conference. So they have more of the games than any other company that I want to play.
Oh, okay.
So I really, except for Just Dance and Steep.
Sure.
But,
sure.
You know, nobody's going to have everything. But I loved it. I thought Ubi was great. I thought Ubisoft was great.
I love the opening for Ubisoft. See, for me, Ubisoft wasn't as high because I'm the opposite. Like, and that's one thing we love about just gaming in general, is that everybody has their own taste, right? And most of what Ubisoft showed wasn't up my alley. Like, you know, and I know this is an Xbox podcast, but, you know, a lot of people talk about the Rabbids game, things like that. I probably won't be picking that up. And, you know, like I said, I'm not a fan of Steep. It looks
great.
Don't care about Just Dance. Is Need for Speed, was that EA?
That's EA.
Okay, EA. So I'm trying to think of all the things Ubisoft showed.
We have Assassin's Creed, Far Cry 5.
Right. And see, I'm not a big Far Cry guy either. That's my problem. Like, I'm super hyped for Assassin's Creed. I am super excited for that.
So good.
Far Cry 5. I know you and Brant are very high on that. Brant is our other co-host on Life of Gaming, but he's really hyped on that too. But he's a PlayStation guy, so we'll push him off to the side.
You know,
he goes sit in the corner.
They showed Skull and Bones, which I thought was great.
Yeah. Although the more I think about it, personally, I think I'm still more excited for Sea of Thieves.
I
agree. For the fact that Skull and Bones is on the ship only.
Always, yeah. It's just naval. Yeah, it's just naval combat, but you can have both. It's okay to have both. And that's what's important.
Right. No, 100%. 100%.
I will say that my sleeper hit of E3, Starlink.
Starlink. I don't. Which one was that?
Starlink was the game where you have the toy spaceships that you put on your controller.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh man, I know
you're a big Toys to Life guy.
But listen, it looks like a cross between Rogue Squadron and Star Fox, mixed with a little bit of No Man's Sky. But the more you read about it, there like you can traverse the planet on like a hover mode, like close to the ground where you're shooting enemies and stuff, and then instantly you can just enter the atmosphere and fly out into space, go to another planet. You know, there's no on foot stuff, so that's where it differs from No Man's Land. So you're always in the ship, but dude, it looks whatever, no man's crap, whatever. But dude, that game looks so good. It like the more that I've read about it, the more I've seen about it. That game does it for me. So Ubisoft for me, hands down, had the best conference.
Okay.
But I thought Microsoft was also excellent.
Sure.
But like I said, I don't think anybody was bad. I thought they were all good.
That's the interesting thing about this year. I mean, we won't really, since we're an Xbox podcast, I don't think we'll really touch on Sony or Nintendo. But like you said, this E3, there was not a bad conference. Because most years, there's a conference that's just bad. It's either way too long, it's slow, it's like they don't show what you want to see. Every single show had something.
Yeah, it was good.
And one thing I noticed this E3 that I love just about games in general and just E3 is that no matter what conference it was, no matter what kind of a fanboy you are, Xbox, Nintendo, Sony, whatever, there is some reaction video of someone online
crying,
either watching Sony, watching Xbox, watching Nintendo, and they're just grinning like from ear to you can't.
Oh, I thought you were saying crying because
no.
I love the videos of the people that see Metroid
right.
Prime 4, like a graphic that my grandma made in her basement, and they're crying like little children. Those are my favorite
that game's
videos.
gonna be great, but no, and like
it's not a game.
Everybody just loves what they love.
Yeah, it's great.
Like we're
it's
Xbox guys, right?
Yeah,
so we love what Xbox showed. But it just cracked me up because I saw a video the other day of someone react to the Sony conference, and they were like grinning ear to ear, and they were super excited. For me, there wasn't as much there, but like I just realized everybody loves something. There's something for everybody at E3, and that is awesome.
Yeah. Well, and we just talked about it. I'm more of a Ubi guy. You're more of a Bethesda guy, but they both were fantastic shows. They were great.
Right. And I guess we kind of already covered this, kind of comparing it to past E3s. But to end this topic, let's just talk about what was your favorite game shown
on Microsoft stage or just in general?
Just in general.
Oh man. I mean, I don't know. I liked the demo of Sea of Thieves.
Oh, okay.
I thought it looked great. I'm still
Are you in the alpha?
I'm not. No, unfortunately.
Okay, I am. Okay.
So I have a couple of red flags with Sea of Thieves. The first one is I can't really function with underwater games. I have a hard time swimming in open water. My hands get sweaty. I get nervous. I have to let my 8-year-old, get me to shore. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna actually do.
I think you can get rowboats though. I'm pretty sure you can.
That's fine. That's fine. Everybody else will be swimming to shore, and I'll be there with my rowboat. Wait for me, guys. The other thing is, we talked about this a little bit on the recap, but I need to be able to do something if I'm by myself. It doesn't have to be. Sure. I mean, I understand it's a 4-player game, and I understand that's going to be the basis of it. But I need to be able to do something, whether it's just run around and collect coconuts, or do target practice with skeletons. I don't care what it is. I need to be able to load it up. If I want to kill 30 minutes and do something if I'm by myself. So they haven't showed that. I don't know if that's gonna be in there. I really hope that it is. But every time I see that game, I'm incredibly intrigued by it.
Sure.
So I'll say that as an honorable mention. I think Anthem was just fantastic.
Yes.
They did the reveal on Saturday at EA, and then Sunday, Microsoft ended their conference with it, and just to see how amazing, and I watched it in 4K, so I got to see it in real time while they were doing it. It looked it's like nothing I've ever seen before, and
it's so gorgeous.
And I love BioWare. I love Mass Effect. The Mass Effect series. So everything screams right up my alley. So I'll give that an honorable mention. My favorite game. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I always make this comparison though. It reminds me of Dark Void with the jetpack. Because the way you fly and the way your feet kind of dangle in the air looks just like Dark Void. People didn't like Dark Void. I enjoyed Dark Void. It's backwards compatible on Xbox One. Just saying.
You call me when it's a Games with Gold, and I'll give it a shot. And maybe it will be. Maybe they're like, that Jamie guy keeps talking about this game. Let's give it away for free.
Too bad Airtight Games actually on tangent. It was Airtight Games, right?
I have no idea.
But they made Dark Void. They made oh my gosh, I can't think of it. It was a puzzle game on Xbox One.
Hexic.
No.
Tetris.
I can't remember what it was called. No, but it was a game where you change gravity. So like you're in the scientist lab, and like you make things fluffy, or you make things heavy, you make things light.
Oh.
Something Conundrum.
Oh, Quantum. Yeah, Quantum Conundrum. Yeah.
They made that.
It was kind of like
also
Portal
made
that was actually a great game.
what was that game? Murder Soul Suspect. Like they made some really good games, but then they just kind of went bankrupt and they just kind of fell apart. But
going bankrupt's always bad for your business.
Right.
So my favorite game shown, hands down, Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's everything that I want.
I asked one game, gave us 3 games.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Right.
There was just so much. I will say the winner of E3 is games. There were so many great games shown. But if I had to pick one, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is everything that I want. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Battlefront 1. The one thing I really wanted, which we just talked about with Sea of Thieves, was single player content. I want to be able to do, and they actually had like some skirmishes and stuff that you could do solo. So I did a lot of that stuff, which was great to have in there. But now having a proper single player campaign where you're playing as the Empire, which is fantastic. They didn't really have any videos of the actual demo, but there were people that went on with the single player demo, and so you can read some articles about it. You start in a TIE fighter and you're in a dogfight, and then you land on a Republic cruiser, and then you take to your to your first person shooting, and you go like, it's everything I want. Like absolutely, I cannot wait for that game.
Sure. For me, as far as games go, first honorable mention I want to say, I never played the original till just this week. Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Oh,
that
man.
game looks absolutely beautiful.
So good.
The way they're playing piano with the trailer, I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm playing through Ori for the first time now. I am absolutely in love with this game.
Yes.
And actually, speaking of this game, I was playing it. My wife's like, that music is so pretty. It's so magical. And she was asking me what I was playing. And she actually went on Amazon and bought the soundtrack.
Oh, wow.
For Ori and the Blind Forest because she loved the music so much.
It's great music.
And I'm like, yeah, so it's fantastic.
Ori's so good.
Talking about a game that I did a total 180 on, that I mean, it was, I knew it was coming. I was, interested in it. Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
Now, it didn't show, I don't think it showed well on the actual Microsoft conference.
No.
But if you watch Xbox Daily, I think is what it was called,
Yes.
the live
Xbox
shows
Daily.
every day.
Yep.
The footage from that game looks like a blast. Like, I am so excited because I'm ready for an open world platforming, kind of superhero-ish type game. You can just jump over buildings. You can blow stuff up.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Crackdown 3.
Yep.
It is going to be so good.
Yep.
But the game that I'm probably most excited for, you already mentioned Anthem. I'm also super excited for that, and Sea of Thieves. But since you didn't say this one, I'm going to go with Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
I love Assassin's Creed. Love it. I know it's going to take full advantage of Xbox One X because I will be picking one of those up. I'm still waiting for pre-orders to open. When will these pre-orders open? I've got my money saved up. I'm ready to roll. But I watched the footage in 4K at home. I'm like, this is one of the prettiest games. It looks so gorgeous.
It looks good.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. For
I love Assassin's Creed. We talk about this a lot. I mean, AC3 pulled me completely out of the series. I did like Black Flag, which is why I'm excited for Skull and Bones. But I just started playing Syndicate. Because I had a friend
that's probably my second favorite Assassin's Creed game. That game's so good.
Yeah, I had a friend that had it, and actually he's on the Facebook group. Ben, he let me borrow his copy, so I'm playing through that, which is really, really good. That's kind of already got me excited. And then they showed Origins, and Origins looks. I mean, you got the Nile River, and you got crocodiles, and you got flying. You're flying your eagle, and you're sliding down pyramids. Like, sign me up. This game's gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
But okay, guys. What games are you most excited for at E3? Make sure to check out our Facebook page. Let us know. If you're watching the YouTube version of this, comment, down in the comments down below, because we want to know, guys. We want to get your feedback and find out what you guys are excited for.